Hey everyone, a super big hello. Hey host Sanno here. Today is June 4th, a wonderful Wednesday. Guess what? I'm about to introduce what totally trending article from the Kodaina archives. Get ready. But first, before we jump into today's super cool paper, let's chat for a sec about something that's like the secret sauce behind a lot of the digital stuff we use, including today's topic. I'm talking about cryptography. It sounds so spangy, right? But it's everywhere. Like first up, secure communications. When you're online shopping, checking your bank stuff, and you see that little padlock in your browser. That solar tolerance that uses cryptography to keep your info safe. Like digital eavesdroppers. It's super important. Then there's data encryption. This is like having a secret code for your files and databases. Even if someone gets their hands on your data, they can't read it without the secret key. It's called scrambled. How cool is that for protecting our precious info? And, digital signatures. These are like the digital version of a handwritten signature, but way more secure. They prove who sent a document and nobody has messed with it, so no sneaky changes. Finally, and this is a big one, blockchain technology. That's right, cryptography is like the fundamental magic that makes things like virtual currencies and smart contracts work. It keeps everything secure and transparent in a decentralized way. And speaking of blockchain, today's paper is all about better. Which is one of the biggest blockchains out there. This one is seriously mind-blowing, you guys. The title is Talking Transactions, Decentralized Communication through Ethereum Input Data Messages, IDMs. And if you want to check it out yourself, the code is $05.24724. It's a bit long, I know. So, what's this paper trying to solve, or what did it find out? Basically, you know how Ethereum is mostly for like financial stuff, sending crypto money and running smart contracts. Well, these researchers found out that people are using it too. Send actual text messages. They call them input data messages, or IDMs for short. Can you believe it? The kind transactions can talk. The researchers did this. Look, massive study. Looking at messages from Ethereum's very beginning, all the way to February 2024, they found over 867,000 informative messages. Whoa. And get this, the messages were mostly in English, about 95%. In Chinese, around 4%. But here's where it gets super interesting. English messages. You often about, security warnings. Like, watch out for this scam and stuff. And they had more negative emotions. Longer English messages with big money transfers were often for, touchy protocol stuff. But Chinese messages, totally different vibe. They were more about expressing emotions and social connections. Like 44% of them. And they're more positive. Sometimes people would send tiny, symbolic amounts of each, like 5.29, because in Chinese, 520 sounds like my feel. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? Using love notes. This paper also found that these save users. They form small, loosely connected communities. It's not like your usual big social media, Now, how does this apply to our everyday lives? Well, it shows how creative people are. We take a technology meant for one thing, and you totally make it our own for communication. It also highlights these super interesting cultural differences and how we use tech to express ourselves. There's a serious side too. Paper talks about security. Sometimes victims of hacks use IDMs to talk to the attackers, asking for their funds back. And messages with negotiation or reward offers actually got more replies. People also use IDMs to warn others about scams, which is like a community watch system, pretty cool. However, and this is a big but, because these messages are on the blockchain, they are prominent. You can't delete them. And the researchers found that some people misuse items for ambiguous threats, and even like sexual solicitation. Yes, English albums actually had like way more toxic content. This is super different from, regular social media, like Facebook or TikTok. On those platforms, there are moderators and AI. They can, take down harmful stuff. But on the Black Nine, there's no such system right now. So this paper points out really urgent need for thinking about content moderation and rules for these decentralized spaces. Right? Free speech versus safety. The researchers also used cool tech like large language models, ROMs, to help them analyze all these messages, detecting languages and topics and emotions. So, it's like AI helping us understand human communication on a blockchain. The paper mentions that, even though the cost to send these messages went down a lot after an update in 2019, and the number of messages didn't really shoot up until mid-2023. This suggests that people started using IDMs more because of, social reasons, not just because it got cheaper. Oh! And another cool find. People even send messages to themselves, like a public diary on the blockchain channel, for personal logging. Just expressing themselves. This was pretty common for Chinese. It's kinda like those new fashion wallet things you see online. So yeah, this paper is like a super deep dive into a hidden world of communication happening right on Ethereum. It shows that blind me isn't just about money, it's becoming a I'm so healed. Nothing to my gym. Where people talk and connect in totally new ways. The authors do say there are limitations, like poems are helpful but not perfect and more research is needed. And future work could look into how to build decentralized moderation systems. That's a big challenge. Wow, what a paper on who makes you think about how technology evolves and all the unexpected ways we use it. That's all the time we have for today's archive dive. And some more awesome finds. Stay above, everyone. Bye-bye.